Hi, this is episode 187 of Nuggets Dungeon Terrain. I'm continuing the sci-fi terrain series today with an episode where I've created a few examples of what you could do if you're creating some type of xenomorph, aka the Aliens Saga terrain. For this build I'm just creating 3 different pieces. It's kind of a trial run. For each one I'm using some scrap foam. In this one I'm using this additional rectangular piece to make it look like it's a concrete column. I then put some air drying clay over some of these different areas just to smooth it out and make the transition a little bit easier. I don't want to wait for the clay to dry, and I know that there will be gaps once it does, so I put this flexible Yoo-hoo glue along all of the edges so that I can continue. Don't forget though that Yoo-hoo glue does melt through the foam, and I'll show you an example of that in just a moment. I'm creating these vein-like growths over all of the terrain using hot glue. These will form the foundation for the milliput, and will save some of that product being used. At the start, I'm using the milliput to flatten out an area, create some of the undershapes. These undershapes will still be slightly rounded and a continuation of a kind of a rib pattern, but they won't be the same as the shapes that are on the top. It's my first time using milliput, so it took me a couple of moments to realise if I use some of this baking paper, it wouldn't stick to the work surface and make things move just a little bit more smoothly. So here you can see I'm going to do the texture for the higher layered tendrils. These will have kind of a ridge running down the middle, so to do that I do this ribbed pattern on one side and then I do it on the other, leaving a space in the middle untouched. As you press it in, that middle space raises and creates that extra ridge. For the pieces that start at the top, I take another small piece of milliput and place it around like it's some kind of node that the tendril's growing from. Just in case you're wondering how I'm able to handle the piece without squashing down the rest of the sculpts, it's because I've done this in different stages and allowed some of those pieces to dry before I continue with the next section. The whole piece got doused in different types of copper washes and copper paints, and at the end I totally coated it with a couple of layers of thick black wash. I wanted this to look very different to the other pieces and, to say the obvious, look quite alien, and I thought some kind of metallic, semi-organic material kind of suited this species. There we are for another episode. Thanks for watching. Please join me in the next episode when we'll be creating a different species of sci-fi terrain. I'll see you then.